Hello, Algebra 2 students, or I'm sorry, Algebra 1 students. This is such tough stuff. I thought I was in Algebra 2. But you are looking at, for Mr. Fry, you're looking at 2-8 today, proportions and similar figures. And let's take a look at this. I'm going to go through and do the odd ones. You could slow this down as much as possible to try to understand it a little bit better. Or just come right along with me. It's up to you. Go ahead and do the even ones, and if you make mistakes, you make mistakes. We learn from them, but I'll at least have the odd ones done for you. So the figures in each pair are similar. Identify the corresponding sides and angles. So what I did is I just marked the corresponding sides. So this AB is similar to DE, and notice I put one hash mark, one hash mark. BC is similar to EF. I put two hash marks. And AC is similar to DF. I put three hash marks. Then the angles, I have one arc and one arc. So angle A is similar to angle D. Angle B is similar to angle E, two arcs. And I have an arc and a hash mark. Angle F is similar to angle C. That's because they're in the same position. I think sometimes they turn them around. It goes in order of the letters, by the way. So be careful with that. Let me see, number 2, QR and UV. So QR and UV. Okay, I think they got it in the same orders. RS, and VW. I'm just seeing if they have the letters in the same order, then it's as it's pictured. Sometimes they turn the second one, and you really have to figure out what you're looking at. But this is pretty straightforward, number 2, when you're doing that one. All right, in each figure, each pair are similar. Find the missing length, and last week you were working with proportions, so we just make a proportion here. The 5 is to the 10 as the 4 is to the B. So 5 is to 10 as 4 is to B. So when you solve this, 10 times 4 is 40, 5 times B is 5B. Divide both sides by 5, you get B equals 8. Number 5, I have my 1.9 is to X, and my 2.2 is to 3. And I go ahead and work it out over here, and you can see my X ends up being, this value right here ends up being 2.59. You could round it to 2.6 if you'd like. The scale of a map is half an inch is to 20 miles. So find the actual distance corresponding to each map distance. So this 2 is going to be to half inches as what is to 20 miles. So I cross multiply. 20 times 2 is 40. 0.5x, I have 0.5x. I divide both sides by 0.5, and I get 80. So that would be 80 miles actually on the map. Number 9, if something on the map is 4.75 inches, that 4.75 is to 20. I'm sorry, 4.75 is to 0.5 as what is to 20. I solve, I end up getting 95 when I take 20 times 4.75, and I end up getting 190 as my final answer when I divide by 0.5. You can see how I set that up. Number 11 on a map, the length of a river is 4.75 inches, okay, just like number 9. The actual length of the river is 247 miles. What is the scale? So I take that 247, I divide by 4.75, I get 52. So that would mean that every 1 inch, because it was measured in inches, every 1 inch is 52 miles, actually, on that map. Number 13, we have this room, and we have these dimensions, and we have this little key down here. 1 inch is to 3 feet. So 1 inch on this diagram actually represents 3 feet. Okay, so what are the actual dimensions of the room addition? So they were looking for the whole thing. So just this dimension and this dimension. So I did it over here. Don't worry about this stuff up here. I took the 8.33 is to that 1 inch as what is to 3 feet. And so I just cross multiply, and you get it right away, 24.99. If you round it to 25, that's okay. And then this dimension, so that's the length of the whole room, and the width of the whole room is 5. So 5 is to the 1 inch as what is to the 3 feet. So we have 15. So 15 equals that side. So it's feet. So these both would be feet. So this would be feet. And I could just use that 1 hash mark for foot. Oh, that's number 2. I could use that 1 hash mark for foot, 1 hash mark for foot. 2 hash marks means inches. Kind of goes with the syllables. Like if you were to say, feet, it's 1 hash mark. Inches is 2 hash marks. So that's one way to remember that when you're looking for those symbols. All right, taking a look at what are the actual dimensions of the bathroom. So you just take the width and the length. So the width ends up being, when I cross multiply, a little bit over 8 feet. And the length ends up being almost 10 feet. You could round it to 10 feet. And I put my little foot there. What is the actual length of the exterior wall between the end of the room addition and the bathroom wall? So that's this X up here. It took me a while to figure out what they were talking about, but you look up here, there's the X. This length is represented by X. So I took this 8.33, which I found out, remember, was 24.9 up here. And I subtract this 2.76 because that's this. I'm subtracting this to figure out what this is. And remember that was 8.01. That 2.67, where is it? 2.67, it was actually 8.01. Ends up giving me actually 16.98 feet, or if you put 17, that's fine too. And lastly, talking about pizza, a pizza shop sells small 6-inch pizzas and medium 12-inch pizzas. Should the medium pizzas cost twice as much as the small pizzas because they are twice the size? Explain. Well, no, because if you remember, area equals for something, a circle equals pi r squared. So the radius of the pizza is 3, right? If you have a 6-inch pizza, that's the diameter, so the radius would be half of it, which is 3. So its area, if you were to plug that in, is actually 9 pi inches squared. So the radius of the larger pizza is 6 inches, because half of 12 is 6. So its area is 36 inches, 36 pi inches squared. So it's 4 times the difference, so they should actually charge 4 times more. So hopefully that didn't make you hungry, and good luck with the rest of them.